but I heard there's this guy, Tyrone Buys, who does want to feature with you. I heard he's quite good on the mic. I don't know if you want to hear anything.
Hey, bro, wait, I can let out a beat, bro. Do you
Yeah,
want to go?
on a beat. Okay. Hey. Coming from the hood, up to no beard. Coming from the west, up to no quest. You wear with tie, not with wool and lie. I've noticed that throughout your career, you've hardly ever done features. I think you've only done like one with Manana.
Yeah,
dude. Correct, right? Yeah,
100%.
Shout out. So why is that? Was that always intentional to always like not feature with some of your, I guess, legends that you grew up seeing?
I think that for me, featuring has been a mixture of both like imposter syndrome and feeling like I am never good enough to actually ask the person that I potentially want to feature with. Mani's was like, we're mates and the song felt right, and we had also written it together. And so then when it came to actually putting the song out and I wanted to take a swing and kind of do a little bit more of like an Afro-pop leaning song, Manana was just the first guy that I thought of to ask, and he was just gracious enough to be in it, to be down for it. And I feel like with the collaboration thing, I need to get over myself and just need to take the swing a little bit more and ask more people. But I've also been careful with it. You know, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to, I don't know, I think when you're able to do it, it's such an honor and it's such a privilege to be able to work with someone who is so talented and you guys feel like you connect in the same world. And so maybe someone comes along that it just feels so right. So who knows? But Manana was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Basically, you know, up until now, it's basically been Will featuring Will. So if we had your clone join us for tea right now, how do we set apart that you are the real Will? Like, what makes Will Linley Will Linley? What makes the real
bro, I
Will
don't think I've ever been asked that question. That's crazy.
Hey, shout out. That's why we asked the tea.
Like super pale, unbelievably lanky, pants don't ever really fit him right. That's when you know it's the real Will Linley. Like, no doubt in my mind. That will separate it easily. Because I feel like with the like clone, there'd be some like embellishments, you know.
Right?
But when you go to the source,
can't mess with the source.
Can't mess with the source.
I was just saying, you're like quite taller than I imagined.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, bro. Everyone thinks I'm like 5'10", 5'5",
I don't know what it
and
is,
then I meet people and they're like, "Whoa, how tall are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3".
If we had to go back to your younger days and Will Linley was 6 years old, which celebrity would you let babysit you for the day?
Babysit me for the day?
Yeah, who would you want to babysit you for the day?
Bro, I love Brian Abana.
Oh, what a
bro! I love Brian Abana. I still remember that try that he scored when he was playing for the Bulls. I think it was against the Sharks in the Super 14 was it back then? And he cut off in the wing, cut from right to left, and then went straight through. Boom! So scored a try. Dude, I freaking love Brian Abana with the undershirt as well, dude. Reffing, absolute legend. I feel like I'd want him to babysit me. We just play rugby all day.
Yeah, or do athletics, or like just run up and down.
Yeah, I ran the 100 in matric in 17 seconds flat, so I really could give him a run for his money, you know.
Well, 100 meters.
Yeah, bro, it was rough. I actually stopped trying like in the last couple meters.
At first, I was gonna compliment you. I'm like,
and then you're like, wait, that's so slow, bro. No, it's so slow. It's not my claim to fame. I try to keep that out of conversation, but for some reason I felt like I just needed to drop that and not.
If me and you were kidnapped right now, and the only way for us to escape is for you to rap a verse from any one of these artists, Cardi B, Drake, who else do we have here? Jack Parrow, Casper Nyovest, or Tupac. Are we making it out alive? Or
bro, unfortunately, it's tickets, bro. We're done.
Yeah,
we're done. I so apologize. Bro, I'm the type of guy who's just like, I'm not saying any words. I'm not learning any words. I'm just vibing. So if I'm honest, we're not making it up, bro. No ways.
Damn, bro.
I wish I could lie to you and say, no, we'd be okay, but there's no ways we make it out.
No. Is there an odd place where you've performed that you're like, oh, what am I doing here? I know you've done like performances in living rooms. Is there a place that strikes you?
Bro, I performed just outside of Bethlehem, and it was at a cherry farm festival thing or whatever. And I remember walking in there and I was like, I've never been so far out of place in my entire life. every single was there with the shortest khaki shorts,
Oh,
and
gosh.
there Will Linley walked on stage, like singing Last Call, all those English songs, and all these oaks were looking at me. I guarantee you, I think the promoter probably thought that I was somebody else when he booked me.
Yeah,
And then when I walked on stage, they were like, "Who is this?
Why is
oak?"
this guy not
It was the
rapping
most
in Afrikaans?
awkward 45 minutes. I ended up singing Kaptein and Fatabiki just to try and like win the Oaks over for a second, and then I went back into singing Miss Me When You're Gone. It was a very awkward 45-minute set, but that was probably the one where I felt most out of place.
Yeah, that is
100%.
crazy. Is there a favorite place you love performing around the world? Like most favorite country, place in the world that you... It feels special every time you're there.
I enjoy doing headline shows in South Africa. Like I really do, because the vibe is great. The fans here are just unbelievable. Like it's such a vibe. But I've really started enjoying doing stuff in Europe and the UK as well. We haven't done so much in America from a headline perspective, so I can't really speak on that just yet. But we did a show in the UK in London that we did sold out 650. We sold it out in a few days. It was just so much fun, and that show it feels so cool when you're able to do a headline show, because then everyone's like coming through for the same objective, and it's to have a good time and sing these songs. And it was one of the most incredible nights of my life was playing in London. We did one in Manchester as well, which was just incredible. Manchester always goes up. The North just is it. It's so much fun.
Talking about performances, I went to your latest gig and I got some questions from the crowd. Promise you they're not ChatGPT created. Okay, so Jay Busy asks, Will, my girlfriend broke up with me while your song was playing. Do I sue you or do I just take my L?
If you're suing me, bro, take your L. Take your L. I'm sorry for your heartbreak though. You can listen to First Love. That should help you get over it. And then go into Just Because I Called You, you know, because then that's like you're on your healing era, you know. Shout out.
Ed Kieran asks, what's more stressful, or what would be more stressful, dropping your debut album or parallel parking in front of your crush?
Parallel parking in front of my crush.
Right?
But low-key though, I'm kind of good at parallel parking. It's like my one like, I wish it could be a party trick, but you can't really like whip that out at a party, you know what I mean? But I can actually rip a good parallel park, I'm not gonna lie. But especially, mainly if I'm going that way. If I'm going over my right shoulder and having to like parallel park into parking behind, like here, I'm not very good. But I'm not too bad.
Tyrone asks, don't know who this guy is.
Who's he?
Yeah. You're on a first date and your song plays. What's your move?
I don't even address it.
Ooh, for real? You
100%. No, not a chance. Are you joking?
That's such an aura moment.
It's not an aura
This
moment.
Is my
that is
song playing.
No, that is so, bro, that is so horrid. Imagine if you're on a date with someone, your song comes and you go like, oh, did you hear this song? Yeah, that's me. Bro, she'd probably get up and walk out straight away. Not a chance. No ways. I wouldn't address it. And then if it came up, I'd ask them to skip it.
Right. Don't Cry Because It's Over is your debut album, bro. Is there anything you look back at retrospectively that you're like, wow, this you know, is so great that it actually happened? Like I'm smiling because it happened rather than like crying because it's over.
Bro, the summer of 2019 was the greatest summer of my life.
Tell us about that.
It was the end of high school. We went from rage into like the sevens back at home, and all of my friends were, you know, you're just celebrating the end of high school. And it was probably the best summer of my life. I had so much fun that year. I look at that and I'm like, you know, I obviously I was sad when it ended, and I look back on it and I'm like, oh, those days were so fun. But it was so cool that it happened, and I'm so grateful that we had that. But I look back on the summer of 2019 often. There was just something in the air, and it was the best summer of my life.
You've mentioned before that you'd probably, you know, want to be a teacher if you couldn't go into
Dude, you've done your homework, bro.
Yeah, so what has music taught you, bro?
It's taught me how to have hard conversations well, and how to resolve conflict. Because I think in music there's just a lot of conversations that you need to have with the people around you, you know. And I think when like there's not a very concrete way on how to do something, you need to be able to like address things and talk to people and respect people and honor those around you and speak well. And I think that that's been something that I've learned, a lot. And I've had to get like relatively good at. I don't think I'm amazing at it, but I try very hard to resolve conflict nicely. And I think it's also taught me how to like live life quite like childlike in a way, you know, to enjoy the gift of being able to create and to step into it and be brave in that. I think I've had to learn how to be courageous and put myself out there. Bro, when I saw Male Artist of the Year, I genuinely was shook. I saw Cubs in the Small and then I saw Linley. I was like, that should never be in the same sentence, but I'll take it.